What if I told you attraction has almost nothing to do with your face, your money, or how smooth you sound, and everything to do with psychological signals women detect before they're even aware of them? Pause on that. Most men spend years chasing the wrong variables. They lift heavier weights. They chase promotions. They upgrade wardrobes. They memorize lines that sound clever but feel empty. And yet something never clicks. They still feel overlooked, still feel invisible, still wonder why one man pulls women effortlessly, while they exhaust themselves for crumbs of attention. Here's the uncomfortable truth most men never hear. Attraction doesn't start when she looks at you. It starts inside her nervous system, in emotional shifts she can't explain, in instincts formed long before logic gets involved, in reactions that surface before words ever do. These aren't flaws. They're built-in emotional mechanisms shaped by biology, experience, and survival. Once you understand them, something changes. You stop chasing. You stop guessing. You stop taking her behavior personally, because you finally see what's happening underneath. Most men react only to what she says. They panic over silence. They mistake attention for attachment. They sabotage themselves emotionally without realizing it. But the man who understands feminine psychology moves differently. He stays composed. He doesn't rush toward validation. He doesn't spiral when she pulls back. He doesn't inflate when she leans in. He watches. He reads patterns. He adjusts calmly. At that point, attraction stops feeling random. It becomes predictable. Today, you're about to uncover 9 psychological pressure points that shape how women feel, bond, and fall. Once you recognize them, signs you missed before become obvious. Her behavior finally makes sense. And the best part? You won't need tricks. You won't need to pretend. You won't need to chase. Understanding creates certainty, and certainty creates attraction. Let's begin. Weakness 1. The power of emotional stability. Most men assume attraction starts with charm or confidence. It doesn't. A woman begins reacting to you long before you speak. Her awareness is tuned to emotional energy. She reads your breathing, your pacing, your tone, the tightness in your body, the rhythm of how you move through space. She isn't listening to your words. She's scanning your internal state. An anxious man can't hide it. A needy man leaks it. An unstable man broadcasts it, no matter how polished he sounds. Her body registers threat before her mind labels it. That's why surface charm never lasts. But when a man is regulated, when his movements are slow, his speech deliberate, his presence grounded, something shifts. Her nervous system relaxes. Her guard lowers. Her energy softens. This isn't submission. It's resonance. Calm is authority without force. A man who remains steady under pressure communicates strength at a primal level. Not aggression. Not dominance. Stability. In a chaotic world, stability feels rare, and rarity creates attraction. A centered man doesn't try to impress. His stillness becomes the gravity. Weakness 2. The attraction to the unreachable. Here's what most men never learn. Women don't desire what they fully possess. They desire what feels close but not owned. That's why over-availability kills interest. Instant replies, endless access, unfiltered eagerness. Even sincerity becomes suffocating when it lacks boundaries. This doesn't mean being cold. That's immaturity disguised as strategy. The goal isn't distance. It's selectivity. When a man's life is full, when his time is chosen, not given, she feels possibility instead of ownership. Possibility stimulates curiosity. Ownership kills momentum. Mystery triggers anticipation. Predictability shuts it down. A selective man signals one message clearly. I choose you, but I don't need you. That distinction changes everything. She starts thinking, replaying moments, reading into pauses. Your attention becomes something to earn, not something guaranteed. The unreachable man isn't absent. He's simply not owned. And that creates pull. Weakness 3. The silent influence of a deep voice and strong presence. Some signals bypass logic completely. Voice is one of them. A controlled, grounded voice communicates authority before meaning is processed. Not volume, resonance. Her nervous system interprets it as competence, steadiness, capability. This isn't theory, it's biology. But voice alone isn't enough. Presence extends through posture, through movement, through pacing. A man who stands tall moves deliberately and holds eye contact without tension, sends a powerful message without speaking. Every pause matters. Every still moment communicates control. Nervous energy breaks attraction. Rushed motion shatters it. Presence is dominance without noise. You don't command attention by force. You command it by containment, and containment creates psychological safety. Inside that safety, curiosity awakens naturally. Weakness 4. The power of walking away. One of the deepest triggers of attraction isn't charm. It's independence. A man who can leave calmly signals something money can't buy. His identity doesn't hinge on approval. His worth exists before validation. Women don't fear anger. They fear loss. Absence activates awareness. Distance creates contrast, not as punishment, but as proof of self-respect. Walking away establishes boundaries without words. It communicates that your time, energy, and presence have weight. Psychologically, loss carries more impact than gain. A man who can stay but is willing to leave becomes unforgettable. Because attraction isn't built on pursuit, it's built on wholeness. Weakness 5. A man with a mission is her weakness. The most magnetic men never centered their lives around women. They were builders, creators, explorers, men pulled forward by purpose. Purpose signals direction. It anchors a man beyond emotion. Women aren't drawn to men who make them the center of existence. They're drawn to men already moving somewhere meaningful. She wants invitation, not responsibility. A life in motion creates gravity. Weakness acts controlled vulnerability. Vulnerability without structure is collapse. Structure without vulnerability is distance. Controlled vulnerability reveals depth without burden. You share lessons, not wounds. Perspective, not chaos. It shows endurance, not dependency. She connects without being responsible. That balance creates fascination. Weakness 7. Women are programmed to test strength. Tests aren't attacks. They're assessments. She watches reactions. Do you fold? Do you over-explain? Do you destabilize? Or do you remain centered? Calm responses signal safety. Safety sustains attraction. Weakness 8. Confidence in the face of rejection. Rejection reveals abundance or scarcity instantly. Desperation repels. Grace elevates. A composed response reframes value. Suddenly you're rare. Weakness 9. Emotional independence. The most compelling men are emotionally sovereign. Their happiness isn't outsourced. They share, not depend. That freedom creates intrigue. Because wholeness is magnetic. Conclusion. Attraction isn't luck. It's not performance. It's internal mastery. In chaos, calm stands out. In noise, stillness commands attention. A man who governs himself becomes the reference point, and when that happens, attraction follows naturally. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.